Oh, it's just beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. 3-0 away at the Tottenham. Oh, Monstro kissing the Chelsea badge. Rudiger goal. N'Golo Kante goal. Everything you'll ever want. Everything you'll ever need from a football match. Apart from maybe a Romelu Lukaku goal. But we're going to get into performances, tactical masterclass changes from our manager, Thomas Tuchel. And of course, a difficult first period in the game, boys. Chelsea have beaten Tottenham 3-0 away at the Lane or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or whatever you call it. Harry Kane, mate, still to score a goal. I'm sorry. It's not looking good for the Tottenham. And if you're feeling good, boys and girls, drop a like on this video, this match review, to show your sweet love. Consider subscribing if you want to. And of course, check out my Instagram at FootballYannick for more content of me, more visage. Guys. Sorry, I gotta take a breath in. Together, come on everyone, together. We're feeling good. Here we go. Tottenham, away at Tottenham, 3-0. Hey, lovely scenes, boys and girls. Nuno Espirito Santo, the new Tottenham boss. Bearing in mind they've started okay this season, playing what looks like here, or certainly ending the game with a 4-3-2-1 Christmas tree formation. Miraculously, Heung-min Son is fit and ready for this game. Ndombele starting. You've got Romero starting. Emerson Royale, the new signings. Eric Dyer playing as captain. Reguilon, Dele Alli. Of course, Dele Alli playing well this season. Playing with Kane and Heung-min Son up front. Højbjerg in the midfield with Ndombele, and Lo Celso was playing as well. And Chelsea going with a 3-4-3 to start with. Rudiger, Silva and Christensen at the back, with Jorginho and Kovacic in the double six. Azpilicueta and Alonso wingbacks. And we had Lukaku, who's got a high rating here, with both Mount and Havertz behind him, which we'll talk a little bit more about in just a moment, friends. Okay, alright, so hold on. This game started... you do not have to keep subscribing, I don't know what's on there. This game started difficultly. It was a very difficult start. The three of Tottenham up front, I think it was Dele Alli, Son and Kane, really put the press on our three centre-backs, almost to the point of like a man-to-man marking, pressing thing, and it really caused us trouble. Strenuous, difficult start for us. And although we grow in moments in the first half, generally it was difficult, and it was really the second half when we made that tactical change to put the extra man in midfield. Thomas Tuchel looking at where the passing lanes are, looking at where to block them off, and looking how to regain control, retake control. You had Barry showing Kante at halftime, look mate, this is what's happening, we're going to change this, this is what me and the gaffer have said, and it worked! Chelsea absolutely dominated and dismantled Tottenham in that second half. We will talk about player performances, but not much going on in the first half, as you can see there in terms of the timeline, except a lot of pressure, it was very combative, a lot of fouls, a lot of aerial duels. The ball was just up, down, up, down, up, down. And it was just tense, and you didn't really feel like either side had much control. Chelsea gained a little bit. In terms of performances, we had Mount and Havertz both kind of underperforming behind Lukaku. He wasn't getting a sniff. They were making the wrong decisions, and the combinations weren't there. Whether that's down to how the opposition were deployed in Tottenham, or whether that's down to them performing poorly, I think it was probably a bit of both. It called for a half-time hooking of Mason Mount, and I'm a big fan of Mason Mount. I think he's a very important player to Chelsea, but I was totally cool with this because I feel like he wasn't having a disaster class, but he certainly wasn't performing to the level that we, and certainly he, would demand. It could have been probably either him or Havertz, but I think probably he made more sense. N'Golo Kante comes on, we make a 3-5-2, N'Golo Kante slots into that right channel, and it doesn't take long, ladies and gentlemen. A player that saw so much ball in this game, Marcos Alonso, all roads lead to Marcos Alonso in this game. Takes a corner, he's been receiving loads of ball, takes a corner on the 49th minute, barely 5 minutes into the second half, and who's there to head home and get a jump on Dele Alli, but oh Monstro, Thiago Silva, who won man of the match, incidentally. What a game he had, both defensively and offensively. It's worth saying now that after scoring this goal, he nearly scored the exact same goal, again, peeling off Dele Alli, seconds later. So he gets his leap, lovely header. Thiago Silva scores the opener for Chelsea, kisses the badge. Footballing legend, timeless legend Thiago Silva kissing the Chelsea badge after scoring away at Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, that's just poetry, isn't it? Didn't take too long for Chelsea to score again. Another assist for Mateo Kovacic. I didn't really think about that. N'Golo Kante receives the ball, is in space, takes a shot. There's like a double deflection and it goes in off the post to make it 2-0. Hugo Lloris can only but watch, so you can't do anything. It's fortuitous, but you will never deny me joy from an N'Golo Kante goal. To which point now, Nuno Espirito Santo takes action, makes a double substitution, brings on Oliver Skipp, who has been playing a lot for Tottenham of late, and Brian Gill, who I don't know who he is. He looks like a sort of gap year singer-songwriter from South America, or like a Colombian barman who's 19 trying to work his way through college. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, we make some changes. We do see Timo Werner for Kai Havertz, who again, not as bad as Mount, but certainly hasn't been playing his best as Mount. Comes on, he gets booked through in the first 10 minutes, but he does assist his German compatriot Antonio Rudiger in stoppage time to make it a 3-0. That does not flatter Chelsea at all. We should have probably had 4 or 5, considering how dominant that second half was. Let's quickly talk about player performances. Kepa Arrizabalaga, pretty good, did what was asked of him. He had a really sort of minor wobbly moment in the first half, I think, when I can't remember exactly what happened, but a bit of confusion. But grew into the game, kept a clean sheet against Tottenham, didn't have to make saves, but he made a couple of claims, which is what we want out of Kepa. He obviously doesn't seem confident claiming in his box, or he hadn't been for a long time. That's what we loved about Mendy, because we all know Kepa can make a save, especially if it's like, within 20 yards. He's really good at that. It's long shots sometimes he struggles with. All 3 centre-backs were excellent, including Christensen. Of course, both Rudiger and Thiago Silva got goals, which cranks up their scores, but out of the 3, Thiago Silva just magnificent defensively and offensively. In the midfield, Kovacic bagging himself an assist. Jorginho really impressive in the difficult times for me, for Chelsea, receiving, releasing, calmly, not doing anything stupid. What you expect from an elite player like Jorginho, he did that very well. Kante coming on, changing the entire complexion of the game, grasping the midfield for Chelsea Football Club and retaking control. I was very pleased with both wing-backs. As Piliqueta, a little bit... a bit more quiet, I guess, but I think it's almost like when you're doing a good performance in terms of functionality, you're not shining so much. I think he's probably leaning towards more that side than being a more mercurial performance, which I'm totally happy with. Alonso, really great. He loves playing against Tottenham. As you can see, both Mount and Havertz got low scores there. Neither of them played really well, which is a shame because in different ways, they're both amazing players for Chelsea. Werner getting an assist and yellow card. It all happens for Timo Werner in a very short amount of time. And Lukaku with a very high rating here. Was the focal point, had a couple of chances, maybe at most, hit the target. Was generally starved, but played really well. I am super, super happy with this performance in the second half by everyone, and I include, maybe even put Thomas Tuchel at the top of that pile. Just reacting, saying, look, not doing anything silly in the first half, like making a sub in the first half, but saying, right, ride this out, boys. I've got this, and he totally got this. He changed the game. He changed obviously the formation, but it's not just sticking a man in midfield. There would have been sort of meticulous tactical instruction there from Thomas Tuchel, which I'm really, really pleased about. And we're yet to concede a goal in open play still this season. We only conceded 1 goal, and that was a penalty from the Reece James handball at Anfield, which was unfortunate in its nature anyway. So Chelsea absolutely, are smashing it this season, and we're still yet to hit our straps properly, I think. I think there's more, I think there's more to come from this Chelsea side. Yet we're doing incredibly well, scoring goals and keeping clean sheets. I think there's also a record in there, 6 consecutive away wins in London derbies. I think I heard Martin Tyler say, which is a record. And you might think, meh, but in the Premier League, obviously there's, Arsenal would have backed themselves to think they're really good early doors in the Premier League in the 90s and stuff, and this, that, and the other. So just Chelsea dominating the league in stats and records now, which is really, really good. Boys and girls, let me know what you think. If you have enjoyed me talking about the match and my sort of analysis of it, please do drop a like. It means a lot, friends. And I'd urge you to subscribe and comment and do all those things that help me out in terms of interactions. Friends, enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
Way so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I love me, baby.